Alright. It's 8 p.m. Central and time for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, heard Wednesday nights on this repeater. My name is Sai, Kilo India 5, Zulu India India, and I'll be your net control for this evening. This is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment time. You can hear us on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. You can also check in through Echolink. You can also check in through the Echolink on the node KA5DR. There are other ways of checking into the repeater system, and you can find more details at the website ka5d.com/repeaters and the n5oak.org repeaters. Please give a couple of seconds between transmissions to allow all system links to communicate with each other. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic on this frequency? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. We won't have any scheduled breaks to check for emergency traffic during the net this evening, but will gladly yield the air if any station calls in with emergency or priority traffic. Is the backup net control operator KN4LRA on the air?
Howdy, y'all. This is KN4LRA, Matthew, backup net control for the evening. Sai, thank you so much for running the net tonight, and let's get this show on the road. Back to you.
Thank you very much. The UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net is a social net with the purpose of bringing local radio operators together to share knowledge, discuss club activities, and keep in touch. All hands are invited, both new and experienced, and no club membership is required. If you're new to the net, the way this works is very simple. In just a bit, we'll invite everyone listening to check into the net. We will start with short time check-ins for stations who just have a few minutes with us, and then move on to general check-ins and comment time. Before we get started with check-ins, we have some announcements. Do we have any announcements? Alright, it looks like we don't have any announcements for the time being, but for more information about our club, or if you'd like to get involved, please visit n5xu.org, where you can read more about the club and sign up for our email list. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. here on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. My name is Sai, Kilo India 5, Zulu India India, and I am your net control for this evening. Let's move on to net check-in. During check-in, please key your mic and say, "This is," unkey, and wait a moment to hear if anyone else started speaking at the same time. If it's clear, key in again and slowly and clearly state your call sign and first name. We encourage you to use standard ITU phonetics if you know them. This gives everyone the opportunity to learn the phonetics and makes it easier for me to write down short time check-ins. We will start off with short time check-ins. If you're out there and know that you've got just a few minutes, but still want to say that you've checked into the net, this is your opportunity. To keep things brief, we won't take general comments from the short time stations. Short time stations, please call now. Before we move on, let's check with our backup net control operator. KN4LRA. I've got 0 short-term check-ins. Do you have the same?
Hey, Sai, this is KN4LRA. I also did not hear anyone for a short time. It's been a couple of weeks, actually, since we've had 0 short-time check-ins. That we have had 0 short-time check-ins. I guess everyone just has a lot to say tonight, and we'll hear them all on the general check-ins here in a few minutes. So, hey, I'm a fan of that. More people talking is a great thing. So I'll send it back to you, and we'll start chatting.
That sounds great, Matthew. Before we move on, let's do any last check for any stations who wish to check in short time. Any additional short time stations, please call now. Let's move on to general check-ins. After we've checked a few people in, we will give the floor to each of you, and then to any station who wishes to respond. If we don't get to you during the first round of check-ins, stick around. There will be plenty of opportunities to check in throughout the evening. Again, no club membership required. Any licensed operators are welcome. General check-in stations, please call now.
This Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November. Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November, Ernesto. This is Whiskey Zulu 5, Bravo Bravo Sierra. Whiskey Zulu 5, Bravo Bravo Sierra, Rusty, Northwest Austin. This is
I got Whiskey Zulu 5, Bravo Bravo Sierra, Rusty. Is that correct?
QSL. This is Kilo India 5, Uniform Oscar Golf. This is Ethan.
This is Kilo Golf 5, Uniform Bravo Bravo, David, in Austin.
This is Kilo India 5, Kilo Alpha Tango, Stephen, North Austin.
Kilowatt 5, Bravo Zulu India, Ray, and South Austin.
Kilo 5 Tango Radio, George. BZI, your audio's off the charts.
This is Kilo India 5, Quebec, Oscar, Charlie, Marcus 7, Central Austin.
Before we move on, let's check with our backup net control operator. Matthew, KN4LRA. I've got 8 general check-ins. Do you have the same?
Oh, well, this is going to be a first for me. I've got 7 written down here. Really quick, running through them. PZN, Ernesto, BBS, Rusty, UOG, Ethan, UBB, David, KAT, Stephen, BZI, Ray, and QOC, Marcus.
Nice. Looks like I also have the same check-ins noted down. So, first, let's begin Ernesto, KI5PZN. Please give an overview of how your week has been and anything kind of radio related that you've done.
This is KI5PZN. Hey, say thanks for running the net. Doing a great job. And hello to everybody that checked in and everybody listening. Let's see. Today's Wednesday. It's lost in space. Every day seems like the same. I work from home, so it's just every day looks the same to me. Let's see. We had fun over the weekend. Went fox hunting over the weekend. Seems kind of far away already, but we try to do fox hunting at least once a week. Met a couple of friends, had a good time over the weekend, and been working like crazy since Monday, but let it reset for a second. But I've been doing some HF radio at nighttime now, finding some time to do radio, so that's a good thing. Getting on 40 and 80 meters usually is when I end up at nighttime. Still waiting for 6 meter to open, but we'll see when that happens. And let's see, I'm running the net tomorrow night, Thursday night net. So that's always exciting. I enjoy running nets. It's always fun. And let's see, I think that's about it, man. Not a whole lot of of excitement, I think, that I can remember. So back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
Ernesto, that's awesome to hear how your week has been going, and I really appreciate the encouragement, especially since this is my first time running net control. So, does anyone have any comments or questions for Ernesto? This is Kilo India 5, Zulu India India. Alright, we can move down the line in the net, and next, I believe we have W25BBS Rusty. Welcome back to the net, and how's your week been going?
Hey, good job on the net. I have been working and hanging out at the house, been pretty busy. It has been nice. I still have branches falling out of the trees, which is entertaining and annoying. So hopefully that'll stop, and I won't get hit by anything throughout the trees. But nothing really fun to report. I went fox hunting with Ernesto this weekend. It was a good fox guy, and 5LX he always sends us to some fun places. So getting ready for trivia on Friday. I don't really know that I have anything going on for the weekend yet, but I'm sure that'll change. So yeah, nothing real exciting. Good job on your net again, and thanks for running the net. It's always fun on your first one, and you're doing a good job, man.
Rusty, I definitely agree with you. It's been a little bit anxious to run the net because I'm not much of a social person, but I'm glad to hear about your fox hunting experience. That sounds really fun, and I'll leave it to anyone else if they have any comments or questions. This is Kilo India 5, Zulu India India.
Late check-in.
Next, down the net list, we have Kilo India 5 U Oscar Golf, Ethan. Welcome back to the net, and how's your week been going?
Hey, this is Ethan. It's been a good week. Got to go windsurfing on Saturday, which was super fun. Hit a new top speed of 30 miles an hour, which was sweet. And got to hang out with the family, which I haven't done in a while just because I've been traveling a lot for competition. Then, yeah, this week's been good. Just getting all the school done. Thinking about doing a weekend trip up to Corpus Christi, maybe do some windsurfing there, just because the wind's a little better and the water's a little bigger up there. So thinking about doing that. Yeah, and also just came back from a nice bike ride, like 15 miles or something around, and so that was super fun after working on my bike for a little bit. So yeah, it's been a busy week, but super fun.
Ethan, that's awesome to hear about your windsurfing experience, as well as any of the other fun activities that you enjoyed. And I'll leave the floor to anyone else in the net who has any comments for you.
This is N5JLY for late check-in.
Yes, I heard N5JLY.
Okay, thank you much. It's November 5, Juliet, Romeo Yankee, Patrick and the Matrix, Far West, Harris County, Houston, Texas. Hook 'em horns.
It's great to have you here. We'll go down the line, the list of general check-ins, and we'll get to your name as well. So next, we have KG5UBB, David. How's your week been going, and what experiences do you have to share with Net today?
I've been pretty busy with school, but I've been working on a passive loop receiving antenna for HF. It's just some pieces of coax with a little balun. Yeah, we'll see how it works. I think it should make me be able to do some shortwave listening from my apartment. And yeah, it's been a fun project so far. So I'll bring it back to you. Thanks for hosting the net, and you're doing a great job so far. KG5, UBB back to net.
David, that sounds really awesome. The passive receiving antenna project that you're working on, and again, I really appreciate UT Amateur Radio Club's encouragement. It's my first time running this net. So, does anyone have any questions or comments for David? And Matthew, do you also have any comments?
Hey, Sai, I heard my name, so I'll jump in here real quick. You're doing great. Good things going on here. And David, welcome back to the net. Back to you, Sai. KN4LRA.
Alright, next down the list, we have Kilo India 5, Kilo Alpha T, Steven. Welcome back to the net, and how's your week been going?
Well, it's been a pretty good week. Yeah, 5K and a bunch of P25 trunking modes, playing around with that, getting my system back online. It's been a little difficult since I had a CDM break on me. So, unfortunately, when I have one of those break on me, I'm down to 3. I have to have 4 radios to be able to do a trunking channel, control channel, and a trunking voice channel, so I'm on conventional, unfortunately. But other than that, I got some installer work done, a lot of work, and a bunch of stuff. So it's been a good week. Back to net.
Steven, it's great to hear about your experiences so far, and I hope you have the radios that you were mentioning working out soon. And it's a pleasure to hear from you. And if anyone has any questions or comments for Steven, please call now. Alright, next down the list, we have Kilo 5 Bravo Zulu India Ray. Welcome back to the net, and how's your week been going?
Everything's going pretty good here. Working late tonight here in the shack in front of the radio, so I noticed the clock was ticking around 8, so I figured I'd turn the rig on and say hi to everybody. What has been going on with me? It's the nice, cool part of the year, so I've been working on my car restoration project in the garage again the last few weeks, so that's what I plan to do all weekend. I've got a bunch of sanding and primering to do so that I can start painting the body. Let's see, that's about it. As far as radio goes, I've been practicing my CW, and I'm getting there, but I still have a long way to go. But my goal is to get back into doing CW more often. I did it. I passed the exam with the novice exam back in the 80s and was able to do CW enough to pass the exam for novice license. But I haven't really done a whole lot with it since. I used to do quite a bit of CW work when I was younger, but it's really, really rusty. So we'll see if we can't get that back. And that's about it on this end. Thanks for hosting the net. Hello, everybody, and I'll let you have it back. K5BZI.
Yeah, great. Definitely glad to. I'm definitely glad to learn more about CW. That's also a skill that I've been trying to learn. Although I still have a lot to practice with that. But if anyone has any questions or comments for Ray, please call now.
By the way, K5BZI, quick shout out to George for letting me know that my audio is too hot. Every once in a while the mic gain over here gets bumped, so sorry for yelling at you earlier. K5BZI, back to net.
It's about time to station ID. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. here on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. My name is Sai, Kilo India 5, Zulu India, India, and I'm your net control this evening. Okay, next in the list we have K5TR George. How has your week been going, and how has everything been so far? Alright. I guess we can move down the list, but if George comes back, then we can hear from him as well. So next we have Kilo India 5 QOC Marcus. Welcome back to the net, and how has your week been going?
Hey, howdy. This is KI5QOZ. Sorry, I rolled over my microphone cable, so that was a bad moment there. Anyway, not a lot of excitement. I got a dust cover for my radio that has the radio name on it, so that's kind of cool. And then I got a new headphone J-pull, roll-up J-pull kind of thing. So, a lot of fun. Hoping to go run around in the car and see if I can't hear stuff. I've got a mobile antenna I haven't played with too much, so that's my plans for this week. Thanks for doing the net. It's an exciting time. This is KI5QOC. Back to you.
Marcus, the accessories that you were talking about, like the radio dust cover, sound really cool, and I'll definitely also look into accessories for my small radio shack, hopefully in the future. Does anyone else have any comments for Marcus? And if you do, please call now. Alright, next down the list, we have N5JRY, Patrick. How has your week been going, and please share how everything's been.
Thank you for the check-in. It's been going pretty good. I graduated in 90 and I was not a ham at the time. Moved to Houston, started teaching. My first year I left University of Texas, and I've been an orchestra director in different school districts. I've been in the same school district in far west Houston for 22 years, and I'm very active in the Harris County areas and the ham community here in the Houston area. Yeah, I throw my call out there and say Patrick in the Matrix, and everybody knows who I am. Was active in the Texas Air Guard and was a trainer and trained up everybody to get their ham license there at Camp Mabry in Austin. The main thing I'm doing now is I'm still teaching orchestra and piano, working with the kids a lot. We're getting ready for state contests coming up here. We have our region contest for orchestra at the University Interscholastic League, concert and sight reading coming up. So I've been working those kids over every day after school and playing in some symphony orchestras around Houston, Beaumont, Baytown, Woodlands, Clear Lake, and Galveston, and wherever they want to get a bass player to come in, play with Lyle Lovett here in Houston a couple of times a year. Been playing with him for about 14 years. So I have a lot of opportunities to play. Got a rock band on the side. The week's been going pretty good, getting those kids in shape. We had a little concert tonight for the superintendent. I was very happy with the way that turned out. Got one more day tomorrow. Friday we're doing a long range planning so the kids get a vacation, and Monday is another vacation for teachers and everybody, and then I'll be judging down in the valley for 3 days next week. Won't get to be working with my students, but hopefully they know what to do hope I didn't time this repeater out. So hook 'em horns and back to net control.
Patrick, that's great to hear about your experiences with teaching orchestra. I actually used to play double bass in my high school orchestra, so I could definitely understand the stress that comes around those days auditions and things like that. And I do have a question, although if anyone else has questions, please call in. But what kinds of music do you have your students play, and what's your favorite kind of orchestral piece?
I try to find things that work well with the instrumentation that I have. I also have a harp studio, so I'm working on the harps, and I like to bring the harps into the string orchestra. As being a bass player, as you probably well know, the funner stuff is the heavy stuff: the Mahler, the Beethoven, the Rimsky-Korsakov, the Strauss, the Berlioz. I enjoy doing the heavy symphonic stuff, symphonic literature, more so than like worship orchestra. Yeah, I enjoy the heavier romantic era of the literature, and I do work with high school kids that are going to be auditioning for All-State Orchestra, and try to keep the dream alive. Back to net control.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I definitely enjoy listening to the music of many of the composers that you listed. And if anyone else has any questions for Patrick, please call now.
KN4LRA. Hey Patrick, this is Matthew, KN4LRA here. Man, you got a lot of interesting stories to share. Thank you so much for checking into the net this evening. I'm kind of curious. You said you were from Houston. Are you coming in through Echolink, or are you connected up via All-Star?
Roger that. I'm on Echolink, and I'm actually connected straight in through my cell phone, so you can get the app right onto your cell phone. And actually, the station that said he was too hot, I think it was something Victor Zulu India or something, KI5 Victor Zulu India, I can't remember. And he's the only station really coming in loud and clear. You're coming in pretty good. Net control is so soft, I'm having to push the phone as close to my ear as I can. So it's probably an anomaly here with Echolink, but yeah, I'm coming in on Echolink, and I downloaded the app many years ago, and I've never had to re-download it. It stayed just fine ever since I downloaded it with the same phone, probably about 6 years ago. Back to you.
All right, got you there. Well, that makes sense. Your audio is crystal clear, so I guess that fits in line with you being on Echolink there. I think I am the only other station that's coming in through a computer right now. I'm using Transceive on the Mac to connect to the All-Star system here. So I probably have pretty good audio as well, given that I'm using my nice headphones instead of the radio to get in. But I will say I will second you on Cy's audio being a little bit short. I'm not quite sure, or weak, sorry. Not quite sure which radio he's using on his end. But I'm at least able to hear him, but I've also got nice headphones on, so not exactly sure whether that's something on his end or the system's end or what, but I'll go ahead and send it back to Cy, and we'll, keep on rolling here. This is KN4LRA. Patrick, thanks again for being here.
Yeah, mighty fine, and thanks for the question. I think the issue may be that he's just not putting his mouth close enough to the microphone and putting enough fire in the wire, as we say. But yeah, thanks for the interrogatory, and sure enjoy enjoyed my years down there in Austin. Moved there in '83. Went on the road several times and left school, came back. The dean was gracious enough to let me get back into my classes and went on the road again, came back. He let me resume classes. Went on the road a third time. Took me 10 years to finally graduate. He said, I'll graduate you as long as you make straight A's from here on out. I said, you got a deal. And a teaching job came up. They needed a bass specialist who was going to be a head orchestra director. All I had to do was graduate and go back and get my teaching certificate in the summertime. They were willing to pay me full time as an orchestra director and let me get what's called the emergency certification and go ahead in the summers. As long as I finished my certification within 3 years, I was good to go. And I stuck to my end of the bargain and never looked back. Been able to play a lot of music on the side as a freelance musician and been building positive relationships with the kids for 33 years. So yeah, appreciate the interrogatory and y'all be good. And like I said, hook 'em horns. N5JRY back to net control.
Hey Patrick, really quick, just to let y'all know, y'all doubled for about the first 15 or 20 seconds there. That's probably my bad, given that I said back to Cy, so I think he started talking, even though you were had some more things to throw in at the end there. But for this time, I will let's say back to Cy and let him catch up with his net control thing, and we'll keep moving forward here. This is KN4LRA backup net control.
This is Kilo India 5, Zulu India India. Cy, I'm sorry for the doubling that happened. I'll make sure to watch out for it next time. But it's great to hear from everyone, and I guess the only other person I can ask now for comments is from Matthew, KN4LRA. And how has your week been going? And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey man, well I was just talking, so hopefully I don't have too much to say. It's been a little bit of a laid-back week so far. The next week for me is the one that's really going to be the kicker in terms of homework and exams and projects and all that kind of stuff. But this week's been pretty laid-back. I'm hoping to be able to head out to the lake on Friday and go practice with the sailing team, which should be super fun. I thought that we have a cold front coming in tomorrow, so that should give some nice, good winds for us if we're going to head out there on Friday, even though it'll be a little bit cold. I guess I'll have to break out the wetsuit. But, you know, that's what we do. We want to go out and we want to have a good time. So even if it's a little cold, we'll be out there having a great time. In terms of radio stuff, man, I don't have that much going on. Just enjoying the time here with hanging out on VHF and UHF. And really glad to hear everyone on the net tonight. Cy, to you, you're doing a great job, man. I know this is your first net ever, but it's definitely gone more smoothly than my first net. I remember, man, I think Ernesto and Rusty were probably both there for that, but I was stumbling over call signs, forgetting where I was on the list, man, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So I just want to say you're doing a really great job on the net, and man, if I didn't already know coming into it that it was your first net, I wouldn't know at this point. So great job. And I'll go ahead and send it back to you. This is KN4LR.
Again, thank you so much for the encouragement. And I know that I was definitely stumbling a lot as well, but I hope with subsequent nets that it will improve. I'm definitely glad to hear about your sailing experiences and how the cold front will definitely help with the wind. And if anyone has any questions or comments for Matthew, please call now. Great. Before we move on, let's do a check for any stations who wish to call in late. Please call now. Alright. If there are no new check-ins and no new comments, thank you very much for joining us on the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, a service of the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club. I'm Sai, Kilo India 5, Zulu India India, and thank you very much again for coming to the Weekly Net. This system is now returned to regular amateur use.
Good net, Cy. Congrats on your first one, man. Look forward to many more. WZ5BBS.
Nice job, Cy. K5BZI.
Thanks for running the net, and great job, KN4LRA.
Thank you all very much, and have a wonderful night.
Thanks for letting me jump on in there. This is Inside JRY Houston. And for that other station that was on the computer, I forgot your call sign. But, yeah, I'm on Echolink. And Echolink tends to run a little hot, so you got to go to your mic gain and be sure to drop it down about 6 dB. Otherwise, it'll be hot as hell and it'll blow everybody out. So appreciate y'all putting up with me. Y'all be good. And I hope to be out here again in the future on a future Wednesday. This is November 5, Juliet, Romeo Yankee, Patrick in the Matrix, Houston, Texas.
Welcome, Horns, and thanks for checking in. This is KN4LRA.
Patrick, K5BZI, if you're still listening, curious what node you're coming in on.
It's just the Echolink app, and if you scroll through the Echolink, you can find the different repeaters in the different areas of the country or any continent you want to go to. So yeah, the UT repeater is on there, and that's how I'm in here.
Okay, so you're connecting in through KA5D?
It's Kilo Alpha 5B hyphen Romeo.
Okay, yeah, roger that, man. There is a known gain disparity issue between the KA5D system and the K5BZI system, so I was just curious. I'm coming in through the latter. I'm sorry, not the the KA5D system and the N50AK. I'm actually coming in on the N50AK, and there's a known gain disparity there, so I was just curious. But if you're actually on the KA5D, then that's not the case. So good to hear you in there, man, and we'll see you next week. K5BZI.
Okay, thank you much. And where's the repeater located? Is it on campus, maybe on the communications building?
It's on an engineering building on campus.
Oh, good deal. On Roger Lee Moore?
I don't remember the name. If there's anybody here who knows the name of it, jump in, please.
It's probably on Roger Lee Moore Engineering Building. It's got some antennas on top.
Yeah, that'd be the one that's got the microwave stuff for APD and all that stuff up there too. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, they've been up there a long time. Those antennas were up there back when I was there. I lived just a couple of blocks away from there, right behind the Posse East in that first little rent house next door to that. Used to be a hamburger joint. Before that, I think it was a liquor store, some little business establishment right on the corner behind the Posse, and I lived in the first little duplex next door. Made it real convenient to walk over to the schoolhouse.
And to the Posse, right?
Yeah, they actually burned down when I was living there. I had some roommates that, one roommate and my best friend came over about 3 in the morning, and my roommate smoked, and so they were making a bunch of noise, and that screen door was slamming about 6 or 8 times, and I was trying to go to sleep, and finally it slammed for the last time, and they drove away, and I was trying to finally get some sleep, and I started smelling a bunch of smoke, and I thought, damn it, that Peter left that cigarette burning on his mattress. My house was on fire, and I went in there, and everything was fine, but I smelled that smoke, and I opened the back door and looked across the alley, and man, that smoke was bellowing out of that Posse East. You could see it going 40 feet in the air, and I put on some shorts and ran barefoot with no shirt over around the corner. I didn't have a phone. I had to go next door to that convenience store, dial 911, explain what was happening. The Posse East is burning down to the ground. By the time I hung up from that dispatch operator, I already heard the sirens coming. That fire department was right up the street, and they put that fire out in record time, and that owner got such a great insurance settlement thanks to them putting it out in record time that he gave me a lifetime supply of free pictures of Shiner Bock anytime I come in there, and believe me, every time I go to Austin, I take advantage of it.
That's a great story. K5BZI.
I enjoy going over there and playing with the Longhorn Alumni Band. I played trombone when I was there. I played double bass in the symphony, but also played in the band. So I enjoy doing the alumni band every year and marching with the band. That's one of the highlights of my year, being able to do that in the fall. But we have a Longhorn Alumni Band chapter here in Houston, so we play a lot of smaller little events when they come up. So we raise money for the Longhorn Band Scholarship Foundation for the students that come in, and the Houston chapter raises probably about $7,000 to $10,000 a year that we contribute, and that's just from us going and playing a little thing where somebody wants to pay the fee that it takes to get us to gather and show up for their event.
Yeah, Roger that. That sounds cool, man.
I'm going to jump over here to the
I played sousaphone in high school, but it never translated into my college career.
And, we'll catch y'all later. Y'all be good. This is November 5, Juliet Romeo Yankee, clearing out.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'd double with you there a little bit, but I got to get back to work anyway. K5BZI73, my friend. I'll talk to you later.
situation before where I can hear audio one way. I've seen it on a couple of these All-Star systems. It seems to get in this one-way mode, and apparently we're in that state. I rebooted the system, but it doesn't seem to have fixed it this time, so maybe I will go do that again. I don't know. We'll see what happens. K5TR, thanks for the report. My name is George, and where are you located in Johnson City?
You just came back, George. K5TR.
Danny, out here in Johnson City. I'm about 9 miles west of Johnson City, just before you get to Hye, Texas, H-Y-E. I could just throw a stone and hit it. My address actually... But it was a pleasure, yeah. Hope y'all get that worked out, and this is N5 APD.
I think we've talked before. You're dropping out. You're getting noisy sometimes, so I don't know why that is, but I think we've talked before. I take it you changed your call sign recently.
I did. It's been a while back, but I did. It was Kilo India 5 Yankee Sierra Whiskey, and now it's N5 Alpha Papa Delta.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I think I talked to you before. Well, I'm located about 2 miles south of Purnell State Falls Park and about 20 feet from the repeater. So, anyway, and BZI just chimed in and said that he's hearing me, so maybe it's intermittent or something, because I don't think I was being heard all the time. So maybe I won't go reboot things. We'll see how things shake out here. Anyway, thanks for the call. N5 APD in Hye, Texas, K5TR.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. N5 APD clear.
Yeah. Yeah, you checked into the net and then we never heard you again, and you popped back in there, George, just now, right in the middle of your conversation. So, yeah, seemed to be intermittent.
No, I've seen this before. I've seen these one-way links before. I saw it one day on between the 3.2 and the 440 repeater. It's like it was very strange. It's like seems to work in one direction but not the other. So maybe it'll be stable here and it's like cleared up. I don't know. Anyway, your audio is still like really loud. I sent you a video.
Okay, yeah, my mic gain gets bumped sometimes, and yeah, I have to turn it back down. Sorry about that.
You also have some hum.
Well, that's the Oak.
Oh yeah, you think so? I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, APD didn't have it, so. But if you're on the Oak, I guess that makes sense. We need to fix that.
I've been told it's the controller, because we don't use the one that's built into the Yaesu machine. We use a separate one for the sake of All-Star, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, this repeater does the same thing. It's got an All-Star node to the controller. So I would assume that maybe it's a similar setup.
Do I sound any cleaner here? K5BZI.
You're a little white noise, but there's no hum.
Yeah, it was the Oak.
All right. Well, you got to go back to work. You might do some work across the room as well. Well, I guess it's working for the moment. K5BZI, thanks for the report. K5TR.
Yeah, Roger. I just kicked the amp on, so maybe my bacon fry went away. K5TR, have a good night, man. K5BZI, I'll catch you later.